Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's happening? What's going on? Happy Freedom Friday. This is Eric McKinley, and I'm the Director of Program Development of National Business Builders. And tonight is Talking Business with NBB. NBB, National Business Builders. So happy Freedom Friday. Um, let's just go ahead and get this thing started. So I'm going to share with a couple of groups, and I'm actually going to tag a couple of people as well, because I want to make sure this gets out. Now, this is going to be a relatively short call, but it's going to be an informative one. Okay. So as you jump on, do me a favor, drop your city and your state, like it, share it, and tag somebody. That's pretty much how we do it. Like it, share it, and tag somebody. If this is your first time, getting on the call with me, drop a number one. Okay. Drop a number one if it's your first time. We got Miss Ladrika Winston calling out of Clarksburg, Maryland. Thanks for jumping on. If you have been on multiple times, do me a favor and just drop a number two. Now, the value that I'm giving tonight, is going to be very important, because this is going to separate the people who are serious about their lives, not just their business, but their lives, versus people who are really concerned about what other people think. Just got to be honest with you, okay? So as I shared this with a couple of groups, and I shared this with a couple of people and tag some people, just go ahead, and I want you guys to start sharing right now. If you have been on these calls before, you already kind of know what to expect. It's going to be some action-packed information. I'm gonna drop this on my feed, and I really don't like sharing it on my Facebook timeline, but I have friends and associates that I actually share with, and they actually have an opportunity to share with other people. So I don't want to limit this information to just me, but I want to share with other people as well. So give me a second as I begin to hit the seat, because everybody's not following, or everybody's not a part of our Facebook page. If you are a part of the Facebook page, then of course you're going to be able to see this. But if you're not a part of the Facebook page, then you're going to miss it. Okay. Give me a couple more seconds, not minutes, seconds, as I share this with individuals. And I'm just about done, y'all. Just about done. Hopefully y'all had a productive day today. Hopefully today was very productive for you all. I know today was productive for us. Very productive. And let's see, just about done. Almost. Some people I want to see this, because there's some people that are struggling in their business, and they're struggling in the decision making process. For those of you who are struggling on the fence, or even saying, "Hey, I may not, I'm not sure," this may make some sense to you going forward. Okay, going forward. So I think that's it, man. That's just about it. I got one more person on this one. Yeah. So going out now, share it to my timeline. So if you are a friend of mine and you happen to see this, share it with some people. Okay, share it with some people. And I got a couple more groups that I want to share with. I know it's 8:04. We're about to get started. Give me a second. Because I'm local in South Carolina. I'm in South Carolina, and even in South Carolina, there are some people that I'm kind of connected to. So I want them to be able to see this information. So the information that we share is it's about finances, it's about business, but we really share information that's going to actually hopefully put you in the right mindset, in the right mind frame. Okay, and like I said, tonight is going to be something that you want to see. Okay, tonight is going to be something that you want to see. Last group, and then we're going to get started. Okay. Shout out to all my business owners out there. Shout out to everybody who's doing a 9 to 5 thing, and they still working their business from 5 to 10 or 5 to 9. So shout out to all of y'all. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to work a business and work a full-time job. Thank God that I'm not in that position. I don't have to do that anymore. I can imagine that it will be a challenge. My wife did it for about 5 years. She worked a full-time job, and then along with me worked our business full-time. And when I tell you it's a challenge, it is definitely a challenge. Not that it's hard, but it is a challenge. Okay. So I got a number 2 from Ladrika. And then let me see this other viewer that's on here. I have a number 2 from them. Because you're on a different platform, I can't see your name, but you could drop your name, drop your city and state in there, and let me know who you are. Let me see. I think I got you. Yeah, that's Lisa. So thanks, Lisa, for jumping on. Lisa's out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So once again, if you're just jumping on, my name is Eric McKinley, and I am the Director of Program Development of National Business Builders. And every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, host a call. We talk about business or we talk about finances. So tonight you're in luck because we're going to be talking about business, right? Talking about business. And we got Tony Clopton out of Birmingham, Alabama. Thanks for jumping on. So tonight's topic, right? Tonight's topic is why you shouldn't wait on permission or the support of other people to start your business. Wow. I know that's a mouthful, but there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't wait on other people. I don't think you should ever wait on anybody, actually. The only person that you should be communicating with is God. If you're not a believer, whatever you believe in, I believe in God, and I believe that He is the one that's going to guide all of my movement, the supply of all my needs, according to His riches in glory. But we still have to make sure that we do our part. We got Miss Valerie Norfolk jumping on from St. Louis, Miss Lorraine Bradley out of Baton Rouge. Listen, Lorraine, do not be mad at me. I know I need to call you. I will give you a call tomorrow at your convenience. I'll text you in the morning, but I know we need to chat. Thank y'all all for jumping on. And everybody that's jumped on so far own some type of business. They're operating in some type of capacity of ownership. And when we talk about business ownership and getting started, it's always a challenge. Okay. It's always a challenge. A lot of the challenges start right here, but the rest of the challenges start surrounding us. It's in our environment. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. Let me see if I can pull up my PowerPoint. Following the guidance of my coach, I have, and let me make sure I get this open. Following the guidance of my coach, I have listened and I have positioned myself to do these PowerPoints, and I think they're helping. So let me go ahead and get this thing going. Talking business with NBB. So now, why do people wait to start their businesses? Why is it that people are waiting to start their businesses? Well, there's nothing wrong with being cautious. There's nothing wrong with being just a tad bit fearful, because we are afraid of the unknown. But don't allow yourself to stay in fear. Fear is going to either propel you to get to the next level, or it's going to paralyze you to stay where you're at. So it's definitely a good thing because it shows that you're pushing yourself to another level. You're dreaming big. You're dreaming bigger than what you can see. Okay. And then, butterflies are always going to show up when we about to do something great. When people think about starting a business and all they have ever known is a traditional 9 to 5, the biggest concern usually is fear of failure. That's usually their biggest concern. Now, if you out there and if you can relate, drop something in the comments, because I know me for a fact. I've been working since I was 15 years old. Never ever thought about starting a business. It wasn't until I was in my 40s, retired from the military, that I was introduced personally to a business opportunity. And I actually first thought about starting a business. Never ever thought about it. Just imagine, and I've been successful in my business. I don't need anybody to tell me how great I've done, how well I've done. Just the fact of me not having to go get a job shows our level of success. We were able to retire my wife in October of last year, 2020. So we are both full-time, not just business owners, get it, entrepreneurs. We own several businesses. So, and that's not a brag, that's a praise. That's a praise report. So we're doing well enough to not have to go and get a job. Now, that's not something to say negative to someone who is working their business. If you have a business and you're operating in a business capacity and you have a job, continue to work that job and leverage it, utilize it so you can have the funds to operate your business. Now, I'm not going to tell you it doesn't get hairy. It doesn't get hairy sometimes, because I know for a fact what I have to do and how much money I want to make in my business. I want to make sure neither me or my wife go back and get a job. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Nobody works harder than a person who's trying not to go get a job. Nobody works harder in their business than somebody who's doing everything they can not to go back and get a 9-to-5. I like my freedom. I like my time freedom. I like, my location freedom. I like being able to travel whenever I want to travel. I like not having to ask someone who I'm punching their clock. That's just me. Now, business is not. Let me fix that before I even say it. Everybody does not have a business mindset, but I do believe that everybody should be an owner of something, whether it's land, whether it's a business, whether it's assets. Everybody should own something. I think, as you understand the word of God, we cannot build wealth without ownership. Okay. But for some reason, people are out there waiting because we have ideas. We're all creators, and we were created by a creator to create. But for some reason, many of us have ideas, but we wait. We wait on other people to start our business. We wait on other people to get our ideas together. I don't want to go too far into that, because I'm definitely about to share a slide that talks about that, why we do those things. Okay. So this next slide, make sure I got it together. Yeah. So let's discuss other reasons why people wait, or let's discuss reasons why people wait. Oftentimes people don't start their businesses because they're waiting for the perfect moment to get started. Anybody out there know somebody that has a great idea, has a great business sense, a great business mind, or maybe it was you, but you're waiting for the right time, for the stars to line up, for Venus and Mars to line up before you get started. See, God gave you the vision. Didn't give it to me. Didn't give it to your friends. Didn't give it to your mama and them. He gave it to you. So if God gave you the vision, don't you think that God is going to see it through as long as you put God first? I want you to think about that. Because there's a lot of people out there who's saying, hey, I don't know what I should do, where to get started. But you got to pray on it. You have to truly pray on it, pray about it, and understand what God is telling you. Because he's not going to give you something that just to get started and not to see it through. That's not the type of God we serve. That's not the type of God I serve. So now let's talk about something else. Because we're going to move right along with this thing, okay? Keeping on discussing other reasons why people don't get started. They're waiting on family and close friends to sign off on an idea that was given to you, not them. God didn't give them the vision. He gave it to you. And our vision has to be broad. We have to be able to see ahead. We have to be able to see the things that we don't see right in front of our faces. Okay. You're right, Tony. Pray on it and move on. Pray on it and move on it. Expecting other people to support your vision instead of seeking clarity. When I say clarity, clarity from God on how to execute what he's planted. Okay. Some people don't get started due to lack of financing. Some people say, you know what? These three things right here, waiting on family and close friends to approve what you're doing, expecting them to support your vision instead of seeking clarity on how to execute. And then guess what? Finances. A lot of people wondering how they gonna get started. Well, you gotta understand that business, first of all, is not just about making money. And if you're looking to start a business to replace your current income, i.e. your job, then you got to think about, I need to use my job to fund my business. And there's all types of things. I'm not going to get into that, but there's all types of things that you can do to increase the cash flow or create cash flow to operate your business. But we have to look forward. Okay? Moving right along. We're just about done. Okay? We're just about done. Now, I want you to think about this. Waiting on permission from others to get started. We don't need anybody's permission to be great. We don't. I don't need anybody's permission to be great. I have never asked anybody, can I get started? You got to understand, the vision that God gave you, he gave you. Lacking confidence. A lot of people don't have the confidence to do something other than work a job because they're afraid. Okay. They don't have a solid group of business owners in their network. We're talking about starting a business, but we're talking to employees. We're talking about starting a business ownership, but we're talking about people who are building something for somebody else. We can't do that. That doesn't work. We have to surround ourselves around people who are already owners, people who are already in business, and people who are already conducting business. See, we can't take advice from somebody who doesn't have a business or someone who's never had one. See, someone who's had a business before, we can kind of listen to them because, everybody stops their businesses for various reasons. Okay. Everybody who had a business and who's now no longer in business didn't necessarily fail. They could have sold their business. They could have sold their business and actually retired forever. Okay. So that's something to think about. Lack of motivation. A lot of people lack motivation. Look at your situation. You don't need me to get on this call and pump you up. You don't need that. Look at your current situation, and that should be your motivation. And then the last thing I got on here is fear of failure. Fear of failure. People are afraid that they're going to fail. Listen, why are you so afraid that you're going to fail? You gotta think about, you don't need people's support to get started. So I want to share a short story with you. And yeah, come on in here. No. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. So I'm gonna share a short story with you. Now, my wife, she don't always get on. Okay, this is my better half.
Hey, everybody.
She don't always get on here. We're moving around, this, that, and the other. So my wife started a crafting business back in 2017. Okay, Wealth, Wear, and Designs by D. She started that business based off of a hobby, and from her starting that business, she began to create money. Okay, out of thin air, out of an idea, she began to create money. Well, it took money to get started. We were already a part of a business where we had already created a substantial amount of constant cash flow. So we took that cash, created a business that created more cash. We didn't take that cash and start spending it and all willy-nilly and irresponsibly. We took that cash and my wife created another business. From that business, now I want you to understand something. She began to make money and sustain herself to where she didn't have to dip into any other money, any other savings, and she funded that business through her sales. She put that money back in the business. Well, the reason why you see this background is because just recently my wife, and everybody doesn't know, because I don't share this with everybody, because everybody don't need to know. Everybody's not with us, and that's another story for another time. But the background that you see is another business that my wife just created. She created this business less than 60 days ago. And the business is an extension of her crafting business. So my wife now has a store that sells sublimation blanks. And if you don't know what sublimation is, it's where you actually take an item that you can actually print or heat press ink onto. And that's just going to be real brief, okay? But now, instead of my wife just focusing on crafting and making the items, my wife is a wholesaler. And she sells wholesale to other crafters. Now, I want you to understand how important that is, because she took the money that she was making from her crafting business and started a sublimation blanks store. And we have almost 100 items in this store. Now, this is just a small part of it. And I want to share this with you because we didn't ask nobody to get this started. We took a look. So we already prayed for something, and the prayer was already answered. So we didn't have to go back and pray on it again. See, there's a lot of people have to keep on praying on it and praying about it and talking to God, right? Continue to talk to God all the time, and your prayers are going to be answered. So we didn't ask anybody's permission. We didn't have to think about it. We had to pray on it, okay? Because the vision was already given. We're taking territory. So I want you to see this. I want you to see this. This is a store, okay? This is our sublimation blank store. And I want you to see this. We didn't ask, hey, if we start this store, will you support us? We didn't ask that. We didn't say, hey, if we start this opportunity, will you buy from us? We didn't ask that. We didn't ask any of that. All we did was what we do. We went out there and we did something great, and we were great on purpose. We didn't ask anybody for permission to be great. We saw a hole in the economy and we plugged the hole. You good, babe? You can go if you want. You want to tell everybody something?
Thank you. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all watching.
All right. So
Peace out.
we almost done. We didn't look for anybody's permission or anybody's acceptance. We just did it. So I'm here to tell you that you don't have to ask anybody to get started with your business. Your mom don't have to support you. Your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousins, your kissing cousins, your best friends, they don't have to support you. If God gives you the vision, pray about how you're going to go forward with that vision, because you don't halfway do anything. So I just wanted to share that with y'all on this wonderful Friday evening. It's Financial Freedom Friday. It's Freedom Friday. We just talked about some business, and I want everybody out there to be encouraged. If you've watched this, if you've seen this, and you got a vision to do something, and God's giving you that vision, pray about the direction that He wants you to go in. Stop waiting for other people's permission to go out and do something. Be great on purpose. Now, a lot of people are going to have a lot to say about what we do. I'm not concerned about those people. A lot of people will not buy from us. Those people are not our customers. See, you got to learn how to weed things out. Your target audience will not always be the people who you know. Go out and find customers who need your products and services. This is what we did as I close. We said, hey, we got a store. So we got on Google and created everything. Why do we know? How do we know to create it? Because National Business Builders teaches business building. I'm gonna say this again. National Business Builders teaches business building. So we already knew the information. So we actually created a Facebook page. We created a private group. We reached out to crafters and we started circulating. Then we went on Google and we created an LLC. Okay. We went on Google, registered the LLC as our location and our address. We got a business phone and we got a business email, and we registered all of that so people could see us. Then we began to advertise our business on social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. What else we on? YouTube. Okay. That's what we did. We have coaches and we have mentors. So we enlisted the advice of them, and we got some of their experience and expertise, but we went on and moved forward because we already have a business and we know what we need to do. We didn't wait to see if somebody was going to buy, because there was no sublimation blanks store in Columbia, South Carolina. There were small locations that were selling here and there at this time and that time, but there was nobody that was actually doing what we're doing. So there was a huge hole in the economy. We saw a need. My wife got tired of looking for things. So as she had already built up her vendors, as she already had checked things out, she had a vendor list. She said, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do. And that was that. That was that. It was that simple. Now, it's not going to be like that for everybody. We started our this business on May the 5th. May the 5th. And it's now July the 2nd. We hadn't been in business for 60 days yet. And we have over 100 customers, repeat customers. I want you to understand something. If you build it, they will come. You don't wait for people to come and start building. You build it, and they're going to come. And you pray over your business like you pray over your household. Hey, this is Eric McKinley. I appreciate everybody for jumping on. We got Miss Lillis Lumpkins out of St. Louis just jumped on. Listen, watch this again if you didn't see it. Short presentation, short video. Watch it again. Like it, share it, tag somebody, okay? If you are interested in getting started with your business, but you don't know how to get started, if you're looking for business credit, if you're looking for business startup, if you're looking for advice or information, I'd be more than happy to share it with you, okay? Now, of course, everything is an investment and it comes with a cost. The first cost is going to be that you're going to have to invest your time. The next cost is going to be is you're going to have to invest in our intellectual property. And then you're going to have to invest in our time. But it's going to be an investment well made. My name is Eric McKinley. I'm the Director of Program Development of National Business Builders. You just saw my wife and business partner, Dorothy McKinley. She's the CEO of everything. All right. And we are live talking business with NBB. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on and watching. Like, share, and tag someone. Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. Once again, like it, share it, tag somebody, and we'll see everybody at the top because it's too doggone many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.